One of the first things you notice when you go to a small town in Mexico are the dogs. You see them on the streets, you see them on the beaches, sometimes playing with the waves, sometimes just looking for some place to stay cool from the hot sun. And if you're like most of us, you might give them a quick pat on the back. If you're eating, you might give them a little scrap from your table. But that's as far as most people go. Today's story is about someone who went quite a bit further. Not only did she care for one of these dogs, she actually dedicated her life to helping the dogs of a community in Mexico.
I started with one dog, okay?
This is Annette. Originally from Germany, she's been living in Mexico since 2005.
And then
What was the one dog's name?
Kanji. Kanji, she was my number one dog I got from Tepoztlan almost 16 years ago. She died 3 months ago. And through that whole process, she was with me. And she was the driving force behind it all. Without her, I would have never stayed in Mexico, and I would have certainly never done anything like that. She's a responsible person behind it all. I'm the one who carries out the work, but she was the one who literally pushed me into this position.
She was just a traveler. But while she was traveling, she came across a stray dog in another town called Tepoztlan, and she adopted that dog.
Because I wasn't going to leave her in Mexico. I rescued her. I tried to find her a good home. Couldn't really find a good home for her where I was looking, and I was like, okay, you're mine then. I have to take responsibility. We came here. She was traumatized after 12 hours on a bus ride in a tiny little cage in with the luggage. And so when we arrived in Puerto, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this to you again. Like, she was traumatized. I thought she was dead. It's 12 hours in a hot bus underneath with the luggage. I didn't know that was going to happen, you see. If I knew that, I would have not done that. But when we got to Puerto, and the guy opened the side of the bus and I saw her in there, and I was like, this is it. We are not going to ever go on another bus ride like this, ever in our lives. And we're going to fly out of here, or we're not going to leave.
Wow.
And we never left. So it turned out to be okay.
And pretty soon, that big heart of Annette's turned one dog into two, into three, into four. She was taking care of the dogs she came across.
Because Mexico is number one country in all of Latin America for abandonment and abuse of animals. So basically there are a lot of dogs and cats and animals in bad situations, and very few people that take care of them.
Yeah.
There are people that are concerned but really not do much. The government has what we call perreras, where you take your dog if you don't want it anymore, and they kill it within 72 hours if no one else adopts it. Shelters like where we rescue the dogs, sick dogs, and bring them in and save them and make them healthy and get them ready for adoption. Not very many. Like, I started here more than 13 years ago, and I was the only one in Oaxaca.
Okay, not only Puerto Escondido.
No, the only one in Oaxaca.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 13 and a half years ago, there was no association that rescued animals in Oaxaca.
Over time, she had so many dogs that she needed a place to take care of them. She needed a property. And I don't know the exact story of where that property came from. I think someone helped donate the land, but she basically built this world for dogs. Bit by bit, expanding it as more animals came. And today there's over 100 dogs being taken care of.
Put water in the back.
Must go through a lot of dog food.
26 kilos a day.
A day?
And then extra, the puppy's extra, yeah. So this is a food storage. Food. So we have bags. We get eight bags a week. We go through 8 bags a week.
Somebody delivers those?
Yeah.
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 Just the weight alone must be challenging.
Yeah, it's 26 kilos.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
And how much does that run in pesos, do you know?
Yeah, 550. 550.
550.
Yeah.
Is there any discount for an operation like yours?
I think they give me a better price than to the public, but not like maybe 10 pesos, 20 pesos max.
Oh, okay.
Like nothing major.
What time do you start your day?
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning. What time do I finish? Never. At the moment I don't finish at all because I have an old dog that needs me all night. He wakes me up literally every half an hour, so I don't sleep. I haven't slept in 4 nights. Yay. This is a 24/7 job. I live here. I mean, I literally don't leave here. The only way I get to go out is when I go to the vet or I go to the vet. That's basically, I don't even go shopping anymore. I have my volunteers going shopping for me because I don't even get time for that anymore, you know. So now I need someone to invent a purpose for dog poop so I can become rich, you see. I'm waiting for a smart person to wake up and say, I have the solution. What to do? Maybe fuel, maybe glue, maybe building material, who knows? I just want to become rich now.
Yeah. Maybe the cure to COVID is right there.
We could try. So I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, COVID to me means nothing because I've already lived in quarantine, you know, for all like the outside world literally has changed so much. I would not feel comfortable to go out anymore. Literally. Imagine. Like people with cell phones glued to their friend face. When I heard about this first, like 7 years ago, I said to my friend, "You're kidding me." She goes, "No, everyone walks around with their cell phone in front of their face." And I was like, no. And she goes, "Yeah." So I had to go, how many years ago now? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? I had to go to Mexico City for 1 day. The first time out of Puerto in many, many, many years. And I see all these people walking around with their cell phone in front of their faces. I'm like, this is a joke, right? This is like a movie. This is like a sci-fi movie, you know? I'm not out there anymore. I'm like, you know, I know things like they were 16 years ago. And since then, whatever has changed in 16 years, I'm not really familiar with. Like all this technology stuff. Oh, he's over there. Now
So you have a horse. Does the horse have a name?
Tornado.
Tornado.
Yeah, tornado, like tornado.
Oh, tornado.
But it's the Mexican version, not tornado, but tornado.
And how does one come across a rescue horse?
By finding the horse tied up outside the dog shelter, the old one, with 4 others, and the owner not taking care of it. And I took care of all 5 horses for 8 months, and they were all skin and bone. And so yeah, I started giving them water. I started moving them from the sun into the shade and back out to graze. And after 8 months, the owner showed up in December and wanted to take them away, to take them for the tourist horse rides in Cicatela. And I said, nah, this one is mine. You won't get him back. And so he said, okay, I'll sell him to you. Tornado! Sometimes he comes running. Tornado! More? Wait. Just tranquilo.
How can people help? Are you always looking for more volunteers? Can they help financially?
Yeah.
Can they help by taking some dogs and running homes? Like, what do you need the most?
Everything equal.
Yeah.
So, like donation, money support, because we constantly help new dogs.
Yeah.
Today, I got a phone call at 8:30 in the morning. Dog got run over. No one wants to make themselves responsible. Supposedly, it's a street dog. If I don't go, or if I don't send someone to help the dog will stay there and possibly die. Okay, so I sent a friend of mine, a volunteer of mine. She went with her friend and they picked up the dog, took her to the vet. Luckily, about 2 hours ago, I got a phone call and it was the owner of the dog. He'd been looking for his dog. It escaped from another vet and he'd been looking for it all night and all morning. So this has had a good ending. But last week, we got another dog also run over, and she's gonna come here tomorrow maybe. She's ready to leave the vet. So she was run over. We took her again. We got her to get to the vet. They did whatever they needed to do, and today I got the all clear. She needs to go, and I need to find her either a foster place or I'll bring her here. So fostering, I need people responsible, reliable, long term. Yeah, volunteers all the time, but committed people that actually enjoy being here, that want to learn, because I love teaching people. I love teaching people about dogs. I've learned everything first-hand experience. I didn't study anything about it. I didn't read any books about it. I learned all this firsthand over 13 and a half years.
Shannon was saying that when it comes to people actually adopting dogs, you don't just give it to anyone who might say they want a dog. It's a bit of a process.
A bit. I'm probably the strictest person on the planet when it comes to adoption. There are two reasons for this. Number one, I give my life to save these animals. My time, my money, all the energy, all the love, all the space I have. So when they leave here, they need to go to a place that's much better than this. And it's not very easy to find, because I spend 24/7 with them. No, not today. 5? High 5. No, not in the mood. I look at them and I don't feel sad, because most people say, I don't want to come and see the shelter. I will be too sad. I will want to rescue them all, you know, because they all need help. And I go, you have a completely different picture. Mm-hmm. You come here, it's completely different. You actually don't see a sad dog here at all. Seriously, they're all happy. You don't see them cowering in the corner. You don't see them sick. You don't see any stupid behavior because they're traumatized. They all get exercise, they get food twice a day, they get the best preventative medicine, they get medical attention when they need it. The only thing that's missing is a swimming pool. I think then we would be upgraded to 5-star. So if anyone wants to donate a swimming pool, so we can put 5-star hotel for dogs here. See you tomorrow. Bye guys. And they love you. Bye.
And despite all this work, are you happy? Do you enjoy your life here?
Good question. I think on a good day I do. I'm surrounded by nature. I'm surrounded by dogs. I'm surrounded by only nice people. Only good people come here. No one else would bother. It's certainly not connected to anything to money, or I just living in nature with animals has always been my dream. So I think now, knowing what's happening on the outside world, I consider myself the luckiest person on this planet.